This is your host Neha, and I'm really feeling so obliged, and it's a pleasure to be connected with so many tutors out there who are associated with the educational platform Skillpete. So basically a radio jockey, a voiceover artist, and a communicator by profession, and I'm associated with the educational platform Skillpete from quite a long time. And today I'm really happy that I have this opportunity to talk to few of our, in fact, I should say several of our tutors, and want to know how is their experience with dealing while working with the educational platform Skillpete. So I think I have with us Swathi right now, and we'll be discussing how is Swathi's experience with the educational platform Skillpete. Just to share with you that Swathi ma'am is basically dealing with the French subject, and it's a very
Yes.
interesting subject, and much awaited in the current youth these days. This is the topic and the subject which many of the students feel like grabbing in their schools. So if they have a tutor like you, definitely they'll be so excited in learning from you, ma'am. So I just, as I shared, how is your experience working while Skillpete, and how comfortable do you feel while working on this educational platform?
Yes. I've been associated with Skillpet for past 4 months. I feel very comfortable, and with Ruma, I'm very comfortable talking with her. And the students also, they feel like very much interesting on the subject. Like French is already an easy subject. Like if you understand the language, it's a very interesting subject and very easy also. So students come by that way. In case if they feel like low in that subject also, I make interesting by giving them like fun activities or like some French songs, so that they will be engaged with the subject and they can pick up the language very easily.
That's indeed very interesting to know, ma'am. And I'm pretty sure that seeing your smiling face, definitely students must be so happy learning this French subject. That's not a kind of a scary thing anymore for them. Because as you said, it's a very easy topic. But ma'am, because suppose I don't know this language at all, so it's very tough for people like us who really don't know the topic. And because of you guys, you make that topic or the subject more comfortable for the students. So that's a very positive thought from your side, that you are taking it in a positive manner and an easygoing subject. Because if you will drop it as an easygoing subject for them, they will definitely learn to know more about it. So, ma'am, if
Yes.
I'm not wrong, as you were saying that you try to build some kind of a gameplay and something, some strategy, some planning to, or some rhymes or some kind of a song which can, they can relate with and find the chapter or the lesson or the language for that matter more easygoing. So if I'm not wrong, ma'am, it's what I personally feel is that the two basic skills which we really need to build in our children during the initial years of their childhood are, being more confident and being expressive, especially at this moment when there is so much competition happening all around, right? So how do you take this opportunity of dealing with the children? How friendly do you like to be with them? And at the same time, how do you feel that Skillpete, as you mentioned, Rumaji, that she has been very, collaborative and very nice with you. So, do you really feel that while you are working on the educational platforms, especially like Skillpete, who is really trying its best to cater to each and every age group of people or the kids, I would suggest, then how is that friendly atmosphere for you? At the same time, how do you personally feel that you being friendly to the student is also very much important?
See, actually, in Skillpet, I handle mostly with the kids from grade 3 to 7 or 8. So at that time, the grade 3 to grade 5 children, they are all something like these boys and all, they are like little mischievous, and the girls are all okay, like little attentive. Sometimes
Mhm.
we like finish our work and come stressful also to the class. No, by seeing that child's face, we become like so calm, and we have that interest to teach them more and more. So if they learn that language, we also get that interest, right? If-
Definitely.
yeah, when you see the child's face smiling and all, we get that interest and we have that intention to teach them more and more.
If they have a good, a tutor out there who can make them feel,
Yeah.
have a friendly atmosphere and environment, it can help them to be more interactive and give some
Yeah,
suggestions to you, while
and we also get a good rapport with the children.
which is a must, especially in the
Yes.
online classes, ma'am, when you are not able to be physically present in the sense, not physical, that feeling is there, of course, in that online also, but still there is a drastic difference between online and offline. But when
Yes.
the teachers are very sweet and gentle and friendly with the kids, they know more. They in fact find it more comfortable because they are in their own comfort zone at their own house, taking up the
Yeah.
session whichever they feel like. So still, when we are talking about the online and offline class and whatsoever, especially while dealing with the online sessions, what I understand, it must have been a very challenging job, ma'am, getting students all around the world who are from different backgrounds, different language constraints, especially when they all have come together for a fixed learning language, which is French. Somebody might be comfortable in any other language. So how do you find this challenge? How do you make them feel more comfortable? And how do you plan the strategy to make the child understand this language more?
Okay, when coming to the grammar part, actually, according to the French, the grammar is very, very important. Like you find in English, if you learn the grammar part like very strongly, you can excel in French. So that is the like basic thing in French, and that is also an important trick to make the children very attentive. So what I do is during the grammar sessions, like obviously the children will find not that much attentive. So what I do is during the grammar sessions and all, I make few fun activities, or I put some smiley emojis then and there and make them to smile. Yeah, like that I make it interesting. So I make sure for the full 1 hour, the child is very attentive and concentrating only on me, and he does not, or he or she does not get diverted.
So, ma'am, what's your teaching style while you are working with Skillpete? Means an educational platform which really tries to engage each and every age group of child. So, what's your personal, much loved style of teaching while you are working? And how do you motivate the kids?
Yeah, when they do the test and all, no, I motivate them by saying, like, if they do like few mistakes also, I encourage them a lot, so that when they come to the next class, they don't feel low. They will also always be energetic. I motivate them like so much, like when you do the test, wow, super, you have done so well, and only this correction you have to just improve. You have got this much marks, this much marks. Yeah, now you're going to be the topper of the class. Like that, I engage them and motivate them so much. So they, when they come to the next class also, they are like very attentive and all.
How has your any of your previous experiences or roles helped you somewhere here also while dealing in the online classes?
No, actually, this is my first association with Skillpete. I haven't worked with any organizations or schools like that. So this is my first experience, and it has helped me develop a lot.
Definitely. Thanks so much, ma'am, for sharing your, fixed ideas and how you are dealing with all this. Any of the do you, ma'am, also feel that some of our hobbies or talents also motivate us while we are taking sessions on these online platforms? With that and using that in your educational session as well?
Yeah, like one of my students, she is very much interested in art. So I relate her to this French subject. When she is like more of in the drawings, I ask her to write. I ask her to draw art and ask her to relate the subject to the drawing. So I tell her to take the drawing, and you have to write few characteristics about the picture, like that in French, so that she will also be interested about her drawing, and as well as she can improve her subject language also.
So that means, there can be a connection between something which you love to do and something which you have to do, and you have joined an educational platform. Still, you can make it more fun based while involving that particular talent or a hobby of a child into incorporating them into into some kind of session while which you are taking, so that they feel more motivated.
They feel bored about the subject. They feel like fun activity, and they do both of it very interestingly.
As you must be having a lot of experience with your individual sessions with the children or a group session whatsoever. So, what kind of results have you seen with your students? Any kind of detailed description which or a response which a parent must have shared with you, or any kind of results which they must have shared with you after they have taken sessions with you?
Yeah, actually, when they actually, according in the school, right, when they concentrate on group of people like 30 or 42 students, they can't give individual attention to each student, right? So in case if a student is lacking in the grammar part or on the lesson part, the teachers don't take that much initiative to look upon the particular child. So that is why they take up this one-to-one individual classes. So when I give a detailed explanation on each topics. I make sure like the child is 100% confident about that particular topic, and then only I move on to another topic. So I give test for the each topic also after I give the revisions. So at that time, when I concentrate more on the exam portions and all, I finish the exam portions first, then I move to the next topic. So at that time, they feel very much easier during the examination times, and I've got positive results also from the parents as well. Like because of your training, my child has got good marks, and she has scored the very much, I can see very much difference from the previous examination and the present examination. So that gives me a lot of happiness also.
Some kind of a test, so they should always be ready with the test.
I don't give it from the textbook because they already mug up the portions and they write the same answers as in the books. So never I do that. I take up the portions from the Google or from other activities. I give them so that they can think and write. There will not be any chance of mugging up.
Correct. That is something very interesting.
That is where I make them strong in the French language.
Have you ever encountered with any of the challenge being into the online session, or till now any kind of a challenge as a tutor you had been facing, or you must have faced till date? What has been the greatest challenge with you being into the online mode of tutoring?
Actually, making them sit for 1 hour is a big task. Because in school they'll have like 45 minutes class and 10 minutes break, and after that 45 minutes class they'll have break or lunch, like something like that, and they will be roaming around the classes, or they'll have lab, like fun classes like that, art classes they'll be having like that such. So making them sit at one place, especially boys, the girls are also okay. Making boys at one place, it's a big challenge for me. Even my kid, he's a boy, so I understand the difficulties. So I don't stress on them. I don't stress on the students. Like if they want to take a 2 minutes break, I'll let them go, and I make sure then again they sit concentrated on the class, and then they don't get distracted. So that was my challenge. Making them sit for 1 hour is my biggest challenge.
How do you make them feel more good that you have done a great job, and how do you reward them when they do a good job, or make you feel proud and understand the lesson? What is that way?
Like after during each class, I keep up the summary to the parents also. So when I conduct a test, if there is only few minor mistakes, I highlight, like I said earlier, I highlight only the good portions of the test to the parents, and at last I tell like only few mistakes your child has done, so next time it will be corrected. So that at that time when the parent encourages the child and like, see, your teacher has given you a reward and she's appreciated you so much, so that time the parent also feels happier, student also feels happier, and the teacher also feels happier.
That's the main thing, so the whole triangle, all the three parts of the triangles are happy: the parent, the teacher, and the student as well. How do you introduce a new concept to them? What is your way of using a style to introduce something new to them? Do you directly or straight away come to the topic, or like today we'll be doing like this? Because as far as I know, I am thinking for French also it's just like any other language, ma'am. So first alphabets should be coming, then the making of sentences and all. So how do you introduce all those things to them?
When I introduce a topic, I always connect it to our daily activities, so that they can easily understand the concept. So more of my topics introduction will be to like our personal life, or like daily activities, or the daily transport you use, or the daily school activities you do, and daily parent activities, and everything is related to your environment and surroundings. So I relate it in that way, the child understands it better,
so they can relate it more better.
Yes.
Also, ma'am, do you focus, especially because French is a language which is really different from the other languages, and of course, a language which a child is not knowing and it's new to them. Do you also focus about their first language which they are exactly knowing? Suppose English, which is generally every child is knowing these days. So, do you also make them understand according to the language so that they can relate it more well?
Yeah. I explain everything in English only, because I handle most of the students, they are from UAE, so the English is a common language for both of us. So I explain it in that way so that they understand the concepts and everything.
Means knowing a common language for a tutor and a student has really helped everybody. especially
Yes.
at this educational platform. And there is one more thing, ma'am. You might be having so many current students, and some who might have passed, or they have cleared the chapter, or they have understood the language, or something like that. Or there is a new enrollment for any other new child. What kind of difference do you find with your current student and a new child, and how you deal with them? Especially for a new child, how you try to be more comfortable with him or her, and so as to make them feel comfortable with you.
First of all, when I start this subject, I talk to my student and I make sure she is comfortable with the language and the way I converse with her, and the teaching type, the teaching method. So when I first 20 or 30 minutes, if it is the first class, first 20 or 30 minutes, I make sure everything is comfortable, and then I go into the language. So the difference between the old student and the new student is, that is what the comfort zone and everything. And the old student will be well versed in the language, and the new student will take some more time to learn the new language. That will be a difference. And I make sure the pronunciations of the language also, that is more important in French. And the writing skills, the accents and all, I make sure the old student is thorough in that, and the new concepts. So when a student is lacking in that accents or the pronunciations, right? So when I concentrate on a new kid, so the children are even facing difficulty in these things. So I take in extra effort to make understand the new student. So each kid is different, right? So when I look after the difficulties faced by each student, so I note down everything and make sure that same thing doesn't happen to the new student.
Last question which I would like to ask you is, any motivational message or advice that you would like to share with the students all around? Any message from your side as a tutor?
Message from me is, French is really a fun-loving, good language. When you understand the language, it is superb easy, and that can be communicated now across the globe. After English, French and German has become the most popular language in the whole world. Yeah, so. Students, it is a competitive world. Students must be more smart enough to do their education at their best.
How sweet. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all your encouraging and lovely words. And I wish, seeing your smiling face, everybody's day will be so filled with so much of love, laughter, and so much of excitement and motivation. I really wish that all the students learn a lot from tutors like you, who always forget about their life pressure, but always come to the online classes to give their best to the students with a happy, smiling face. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Lovely talking to you. Thank you.
Same here, ma'am. Thank you.